because I am asking you some questions. When did you learn?
Actually, I have read it in my youth, but never played it.
Yeah.
And a few months ago, I learned it seriously.
Yeah. So you never played it with orchestra?
Just once.
Once, you did. Where, in Manila? It's really, one cannot say anything. What you like to ask?
Actually, I always wonder about the dancer.
Yeah. I never heard this big cadenza. Yeah, well, that's always difficult with this kind of things. Then I think it's not mainly the pedal, but I think in the middle chords we play less, because then it's too much noise going on. I think that's the only way. Generally speaking, the only thing what I can always say is the danger of this piece, because he writes so many times più vivo, più mosso, ancora più, that generally the più mosso, for instance, at the beginning should be very little. All the time, because it comes again faster, and then I think the other goes even faster. So that's those are the two things which are dangerous. This kind of accelerando in general, and also sound-wise. I think one has to try. Of course, it's very difficult to hear it here, but I think one should go more often softer and then build up, because then is so much noise going on in this piece generally that really you don't know where you are. For instance, even here, I think if you do the poco a poco crescendo a little bit later, it will be also. This is also
This is the other spot.
This is the other spot as well, with tempo as well, because it's più mosso and there is another più vivo. So if this one, I think then it won't be able, you won't be able to play it faster. I think this is the only thing what you can. Even then, I think you should take more seriously the next, and so don't make too much forte here, because then of course there are fortissimos coming. And even some of the fortissimos could be less when there is the orchestra. I think this kind of chords here, when the orchestra deep, and then again you can make a kind of a crescendo into it, and when you are arriving at the top, let the orchestra come out a little bit, because the chords are not that terribly important. I think those are the, if you want to play this cadenza bit, let's see what how would you do it with the pedal.
I don't know whether to go about 4 notes or 2 notes. Here.
First of all, I think you should, this bass note should be definitely less. Yes, these 2 chords should be less. the top and play it piano, and then you will solve the pedal problem. T. Even that is too much. Da, da, ti, ti, da, 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 da. Just think of the big line on the top. It sounds like ti, ta, ti, ta, ti, that it's part of the melody. It's not. Ti, da, 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 da. Now, I think you do here you can do the other way around. The bottom part maybe more than the top. Here, that would be a difference. A big difference in this. That's really otherwise it's here as well. I think do mezzo fortissimo only because you have to always to get more sound later. Generally, I think if you played maybe less fortissimo every note, but the character should be fortissimo. Because otherwise it's very tiring to play as well, but also to listen. So that's really it's so good. How would you play this last movement thing? Play a little bit softly. Because that too much chord is going on. You can stay up here because that's really the highlight, that's the climax of the whole thing. But all the time, be careful that the chord, the most important note should come out. Otherwise, it will be a little bit too heavy, I find. Yeah. I know that the melodic line is mezzo forte, but the rest should be a little bit softer. only that it shouldn't be too much volume all the time. Of course, it's different when you play it in a big hall and you play with an orchestra, but sometimes the orchestra has sometimes even more to say when there are unlimited number of same harmonies and chords in the piano. That's not always that important. But otherwise it's really not necessary. Really very good. Lovely. So I am very pleased to have heard
And I'm
you.
very lucky to have Mr. Artas.
Yeah, that's really, he was doing fantastic. Wonderful. So let's give them a great